All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our Wednesday night call. It is Wednesday, August 23rd, and I really don't know what the topic is. I just know Danielle is going to bring it. So before she gets started, couple of quick announcements. One, if you locked in Success Club, which I believe was Ember and myself, the email went out to claim your I'm Here to Help shirt, so make sure you claim that sooner than later. They run big. This is my second one. The first one I got an extra large, and it's huge on me even pregnant, so don't be afraid to be generous with the size or the other way around. Secondly, there are still 7 days left of the month. I posted on the team page yesterday. We're getting a little quiet. I think we've hit that post-summit decline, which always happens. But a lot can happen this month. It's Team Cup month. I don't care if the rest of your Team Cup has given up. You still can prove to yourself that you can hit Success Club, get a daily sunshine picnic basket, blanket, table thing. I don't know. You can give it to your dog if you don't want it, but there's plenty of time left in the month. And then lastly, I ran out of time for a sneak peek this month, so I will do one in the beginning of next month, and I'll let you guys know when that is. I think those are all the announcements I had. Pretty sure that was it. And the other thing is make sure you're checking your online breaking news because Clean Week got pushed back to October 3rd, I believe. So make sure you check all the breaking news. So I'm going to pass it off to Danielle. Usually I would have like all of her credentials and all that stuff, but she's awesome. That's all that you really need to know. She is my success partner. Some of you met her at Summit that are on this call. She also lives in Columbus with me, which is really awesome because we get together and eat food and talk about the business and Big Brother and all that fun stuff. So I am just going to pass it off to her. I'm going to let her introduce herself and hand it over. Danielle, it is all yours. Do you want me to do the screen share now?
Yeah. Do you have to do it or do I do it?
I think you can do it.
I think I can do it.
Okay.
I'm really not good with technology, so you're going to have to bear with me. Can you see my screen? Maybe? Can you talk to me?
You're good.
Okay. So I'm going to do presentation mode, so I cannot see you at all. So if something crazy happens, I lose internet or something, Ashley, just send me a message and I'll get it on my phone. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in. Really the most important thing that you need to know about me is that I have 2 German Shepherds that are really cute, but they're really crazy obnoxious, and so if you hear them, I apologize. Secondly, I love Britney Spears. Thirdly, I love reality TV, and that's about it. That's really the most important things you need to know, okay? So I'm gonna jump into this. I will slowly share my story as I move forward and give you all the information about myself. But tonight, I want you to also know that I'm going to ask your permission that I can just be real with you. I'm just going to just lay it all out. I have no clue what most of my slides even say, to be honest. I'm just going to share from my heart what I'm thinking. I don't have notes or anything. I'm just going to share. But I need you to have an open mind and an open heart to just say, okay, I'm going to soak it all in. I'll take some notes. Really, the notes that I want you to take are things that spark interest, things that pop in your mind that you think, okay, maybe I should try X, Y, and Z, that I don't even say to you, but that you're just thinking through as I go through this. So I'm just asking for your permission, whether you give it to me or not, it doesn't matter, I'm going to move forward, but open your eyes, your mind, and your heart to just being all in and just soaking it all in and seeing how it can apply to you in your business. So I want you right now to make a list in your head of all of the things that you've ever said to yourself of why you can't be successful in this business, why you can't be a premier or elite coach, why you can't be a 5-star diamond, why you can't be a multimillionaire in this business. Because here's the reality. Today, even today, I woke up and I was like, I listened to the National Wake Up Call. I see people popping up and I'm like, dude, like that's really awesome that you say that, but you were also Mrs. whatever state you are. So you have a following already. That's really awesome that you can give me all this advice, but you're a doctor. People naturally are going to believe you. I'm just little Danielle who hates eating healthy, who was 50 pounds overweight, and I have no business background or anything like that. I could never be like that. So I want you to think of, make your list in your head, and I want you to know that you can feel that way. It's okay to feel that way. Maybe you don't feel like you're fit enough, or you're not smart enough, or you're not, outgoing enough, or have a lot of energy for this, or whatever it may be. What is your list? What I would encourage you to do is actually write this down later on. Make your list. Be honest, be bold. It's for your eyes only. But then on the other side, I need you to write down and say, yes, but I might not be those things and this might be difficult, but what can I do to move my business forward? So I want you to think about, have you ever said you're not good enough? I certainly have, and that's kind of what this is all about. So I started this business in January of 2012. These are my before photos that are really blurry because, well, back then I had no clue how to take a picture, and I still don't. But I did know how to take a picture, and actually my mom took these pictures. And when my mom took these pictures, she said, Danielle, are you pregnant? Just so you know, I have never had a child, and no, I was not pregnant. Thanks, Mom. So this was my point where I was like, okay, I'm going to take these photos. I'm probably not going to finish this program anyways. I started with TurboFire. And when my mom said that, I was like, no, she did not say that. And so that is the moment when it changed for me. When I said, I'm all in. I'm going to do this. But I was working full time at The Ohio State University. Super unhealthy. I was eating McDonald's twice a day, drinking like 6 pops a day, or soda, whatever you say. I was extremely unhappy. I was one of those people that I put on like this face, like people always called me the bad word in high school because I just put on this facade that I was this strong, powerful person and no one could mess with me, right? I didn't have personal development in my life. And I was in debt with student loans because I had just graduated with my master's degree in sociology. And this is where I started. And so there are my results of the first 90 days where I lost 20 pounds, 16 inches with TurboFire. I ended up winning the Beach Friday Challenge. So yes, normal people do win the Beach Friday Challenge. So submit your results. And I just started sharing. So when my coach, who I went to high school with, she actually cheated off of me in high school. When she approached me about the fitness part, she was like, you could get a discount on Shakeology if you sign up as a coach. So I was like, well, duh, I love to save money. So why not? So I signed up as a coach and I had no interest in that, right? Like I was like, I have a master's degree. Like I don't need some little side coaching business thing to do from home. I know what you guys are all about. And so she was very like, okay, no worries. You don't have to do it. But once I got started and I started using Shakeology, I started falling in love with the products and how I was feeling. And, I started wanting to run, which I hate to run and I still hate to run. But I started wanting to like challenge myself and do different things. And at that point, when I started sharing my story with people on Facebook, not thinking about like, oh, is this how it should be done on Facebook, right? I was like, Shakeology, buy it. Because I was just so excited. And so in my first 3 months, I ended up earning, which might not be a lot to some people, but to me, I was like, dude, I just earned $2,000. And again, I'm asking you to have an open heart and mind. I'm not sharing numbers here for you to judge yourself based on what I have done. Or to be like, that's it, right? Like this is a judgment-free zone. I'm sharing this to show you the reality of what my life has looked like as a coach. So take it for what it is. But that number to me was like, hot dang, like this business might actually work if I just keep going. So I was excited, I was passionate, so I did exactly that. I kept going. And so here's what I'm going to share with you throughout the call, over the next few slides. These are just numbers for 10 months out of the year. So January to October, can't even speak. Another thing you should know about me is that I'm like so afraid of public speaking, and even being on this call, like my ears are red right now. I'm like sweating. But okay, get out of your comfort zone, right? January to October, and there's no rhyme or reason why I'm giving you this information other than that I did the math in October of last year, and I haven't updated it. So I decided to stick with the January to October. Most coaches don't have their life together either. You'll learn that. So January to October, my income in 2012, in 10 months, my first year as a coach was $6,487. And to me, that was a lot of money because I was like, dude, I'm doing this part-time on the side as I also work a full-time job. So I kept going because at that point, I still had that momentum. I was just super excited. And I just kept sharing. So my income about doubled in the next year. So again, that's awesome. No, go back. It went back too far. Oh no, you're not supposed to see all this before I tell you about it. Just ruined everything. I'm just kidding. Oh, and it won't even let me go back. Anybody go technology? Okay, we're gonna exit and we're gonna go back. See, this is what happens when I try to be all like professional. Okay, it really does not want me to have that slide, does it? And I'm not going to give up. because that is the point of this. You don't give up. Ashley, I'm sorry for ruining this. Okay, so that's that. So again, I was moving forward. All right, just got that off my shoulders. So we're moving forward. So I started, like a lot of people, right, making dream boards and setting all these goals, right? I wanted to pay off my student loans. I wanted to buy a brand new car because I drove the same car that I had since I was 15 and a half till just 2 years ago. So I had that baby for a really long time. And I wanted to earn the title of elite. I wanted to hit 5-star diamond. And so I continuously put these things on these dream boards, right? Like they always say, make a dream board, write your goals. Like, awesome. I'm going to keep writing all these goals that I'm not achieving. This is so annoying. So almost every single year I had the same goals over and over and over again. So 2013, 14, 15, 16. When was it actually going to pay off? So, but the journey continues, right? So I started just sharing on social media about my journey, not about the end goal, right? It had nothing to do with the end goal, but I started sharing every time I made one small student loan payment, or, they always break up the student loans into like 10 different student loans. And so every time I would pay one off, I would make a silly celebration post and just share that journey that number 2 of 3 was gone. And then I just kept moving forward over and over and over again. I just knew I had to keep going. And so then in 2014, again, my income increased, but just by a little bit. And at this point, I'm like, dude, I'm hustling. Like, I am really putting effort into this. I am inviting, I'm doing all this stuff, and it's only increasing by this amount. Like, what? I see so many other things happening for other people. And in 2015, I said peace out to my student loans and completely paid them off and was 100% debt free. So that was exciting. And in 2015, I finally hit 2-star diamond, right? I started in 2012. So in 2015, I hit 2-star diamond, and I won the Financial Independence Award because I did not have any debt at that moment. So that's really awesome. However, also in 2015, my income dropped by a couple $1,000s. And now again, might not sound like a lot because I still had a full-time job. So, I'm still working that and still making that income. But at the same time, if I'm working the same and I feel like I'm hustling, I'm doing the same things over and over and over again, what the heck is happening that my income is going down? And at this point, I had the hard talk with my coach saying, you know what? It might be time for me to quit, because what I see is what I look for on Google. Have you ever searched on Google? You're like, Beachbody Coach income, and all these things pop up like this. And you're like, what the heck? In her 4th year, she's making $9,000 a week? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I can barely make that in a whole year, and she's making that in 1 week. I must be doing something wrong. There's something wrong with me. Or the one where it's like $22,000 a week. Awesome. Like, my full-time job barely pays me that amount of money in a whole year, and you're making that. And that was a 3-year mark. And here I am, 4th year, and I'm on the struggle bus. My income's going down. And then I have, even if you see here on the right, this is my friend. Like, I know her. I don't know these people. These people are Google people. And this is my friend Amy. And her and I were working really close together. And she was also making a significant amount more than I was in my business. And then I have my own sponsor, who is Tara Carr, and she's like, yeah, I'm a millionaire in like 4 years and brought my husband home for more. Hello, what is wrong with me? I should just quit. So I had that hard talk with Tara and said, it might be time. There's something wrong with me. I can't do this. But I started thinking about it. And there's things that we don't know. We don't know, those Google people, we don't know what they actually do. We don't know if they are, if they're staying up 24/7, if they're sleeping 2 hours, if they are having no social life, we have no clue what they're actually doing to be successful in their business. And also, I had no clue where they're going to be in 5, 10, 20 years. Are they still going to be a coach? That's awesome that they're making a lot of money now, but will they be here in 20 years when I'll still be here? And so I realized that it's your race. It's my race. So I have to wear my own glasses. I have to put my own blinders on and move forward and know that I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. It's not about the money. It's not about, Success Club. Success Club is important, but it's not all about those things. It's about the fact that this business has changed my life. I care about helping other people. I care about being here for a really long time. I know I'm here for a reason, and that giving up and quitting is not an option, right? It's simple. Winners win and quitters quit, right? Like, that's just the facts. So if I want to win, I have to keep going. And so we have to remember that it's our race. And so I want you to wear your own glasses. Keep your eyes forward, moving towards your goals, not looking around at what all these other Google people are doing. So, full-time job. My income increased in 5 years by 4.24%, which again, I am grateful for the full-time job that I was offered. But at the same time, I realized, is this actually going to give me wealth in the future? I want to create, one day I'll have a family, and I want to be able to pass down some awesome stuff to them, right? And a 4.24% increase is just not going to cut it, right? And so I realized that I really wanted control over my life and over my income and over my, over my future and what I was going to be able to provide for my family. I don't come from a lot of money, right? I watched my parents go through real hardcore struggles when it comes to debt, getting in debt, and then I watched them come out of it. And I knew that I wanted a different life for myself. I didn't want to be in that position to where, I saw my dad come home and my mom cry because they didn't know how they were going to, feed us in the next couple of weeks because my dad lost his job again. And so I knew that a full-time job was awesome, but it wasn't going to sustain for life because they could get rid of me at any point. So I kept going. And so in 10 months, last year, 2016, my income went from $17,000 in those 10 months the year before to $56,000. The biggest increase that I had seen, in my coaches, in my business, in my team, in my happiness and everything. And it has nothing to do with the income, but it had everything to do with the fact that I realized that it was my race and I'm finally in control of my future, of what I can contribute to my family and the future that we are going to create. So the secret of success, like I put in all of these photos, is consistency and purpose. It's figuring out that purpose and knowing that you have to keep going no matter what the numbers show, no matter if you miss a month in Success Club, no matter if you drop rank or whatever it may be. It's that you know your purpose and you have to be consistent in that purpose. And like I put at the bottom here, slowly but surely, with passion, commitment, purpose, and a desire to change the world. And that's what we do as coaches. And that is where the success is going to come in. And all those coaches that you might be looking at and saying, oh my gosh, I can never be that. You're right. You can't. And you're not supposed to be that. You're supposed to be you and go forward in your purpose. And when I realized that last year, that's when it kicked into high gear for me. And again, we don't know where those coaches will be in a few years. I hope they're still around. But a lot of times when people get quick success, they often take a step back. And I'm asking you to not take that step back and to never, ever quit on this opportunity, because there are people out here who need you. Whether they said yes yet or not, that's not the issue. But they need you and they need me. And so those goals that I put on that dream board started to finally come true. And so I did buy my new car after a bajillion years with my old Grand Am that was falling apart. And so I did get that car, and I did hit 5-star diamond. And we did, as a team, hit elite in 2016 after putting that on my goal board year after year after year. And we freaking celebrated, and it was amazing. But more importantly, it had nothing to do with the title and had every single thing to do with the very fact that I could prove to myself that those goals will happen if I stay consistent. And I know the goals that I'm putting on my board right now, they might not happen in 3-5 years, and I might have to keep putting them over and over and over again. And I'm gonna wanna quit a lot of times, but I will never quit because I know that this moment can happen again. And there's a dream that I never wrote down because I really honestly did not believe something like this could happen to someone like me. So I never said that I wanted to quit my full-time job. I never enjoyed my full-time job, to be honest. But I never wrote that goal down because I never really believed in my heart that I was capable, I was able to do something like that. I thought that was for everybody else. So last year, on August 3rd, I wrote it down and I didn't tell anybody but one person. I told one person. And I said, this is my goal. And I'm going to make this happen on December 22nd. I will give my 2 weeks notice. And I did end up doing that. So the scariest decision of my life happened on December 22nd, and I went on a live video and I cried about it because I was so scared, because I submitted my 2-week notice to my full-time job that I had to have a master's degree for, but just wasn't going to pay the bills. And so I no longer work a 9-to-5 job. I now work for myself doing what I do, and I definitely, absolutely do not have my life together. And I can tell you that more hours doesn't necessarily equate even more success. It's all about the hustle and the time that you have. And I recently learned that, not having that. So what if you decided to rip up that piece of paper, right? I made you think about this at the beginning of this call. What are the things that are holding you back? Why can't you be successful? Why can't you be your own person and be that 5-star, be the 15-star diamond, be the multimillionaire, be the person that walks across that stage and says, I did this for myself and for my family, and without looking about everyone else, right? What if you tear up all those excuses that you have and you say, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to say, I might not be able to be that person. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a Mrs. Alaska. I'm not X, Y, and Z, but I am Danielle, and I will have all the hustle and the heart and the passion that I need to have to figure it out, right? What if you give up those excuses and you just move forward? Because you are good enough. Exactly who you are in this moment. There are people out here that need you. They need your story. They need to hear from you. That's why this coaching ripple effect works, because you need to sign up more coaches, because you'll never be able to reach all the people that the next coach that you sign up will be able to reach, right? So it's important that you realize that you're good enough and that you can absolutely do this if you are authentically yourself. And I didn't realize that until I made a video where I said, hey, listen, I freaking hate vegetables and I hate working out. It's just not my jam. Guess what? I'm a fitness instructor and I'm a fitness coach, but I don't love doing this stuff. I love Britney Spears. I love watching reality TV. That's what I love. And those are the things that people relate to me with, right? So I am good enough, exactly how I am, exactly how I think, exactly how I feel, but I have to reach the people that are going to be like me. So remember, you are good enough. You can do this business. So you got to find your purpose. Find your purpose. Not your Beachbody purpose. You are not a Beachbody coach. You are you. What is your purpose in this life? I know that's a big and scary question, but what do you enjoy doing? You know, I love the idea of empowering young girls, empowering women to take control of their lives. That's what it's about. It has nothing to do with Beachbody. Fitness is a part of that, but when I realized that that's my purpose in this life, and Beachbody doesn't have to be my life, but Beachbody can give me a life, and has given me a life, and can give me a platform to speak about the things that I care about, that is where the good stuff happens. So find your purpose that's worth fighting for. Put on your blinders. Don't care about what other people are thinking. They don't affect your business. Whether they're having success or not doesn't affect your income, doesn't affect your family. It doesn't. So just forget about those people. To be honest, I follow like 2 coaches on social media. That's it. I don't care about what the top, I don't even know the names of the top coaches, if I'm being honest. I don't know who's in the top 10. I don't care, because they're not going to build my business. The people that are going to build my business are the people that have no clue about Beachbody, don't know what's happening, and will allow me to be their best friend. So put your blinders on and commit to 50 years. I'm going to be really honest with you because I believe that we're friends now. So I really hate when people say, be here a year from now. Like, that's stupid. Sorry, but why would you be here a year from now? Like, when I started kindergarten, my mom was like, well, let's just make it to first grade. No. My mom was like, you're going to go to college. So she was thinking like 20 years later, right? And so, if someone started their own business where they opened up a shop down the street, they wouldn't be like, oh, let's hope that this works and see how it goes in a year. No, they're like, I have to make this work. There's not an option. There's no plan B. This is plan A. I have to make it happen. So I say commit to 50 years. I'm going to be here when I'm old and gray. I'll still be doing Turbo Fire. You can come join me. And so I'm not going anywhere, no matter what, no matter the sparkly things that pop up, no matter how awful and hard times get. Because listen, if you've never read The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, you need to read it because it's so true. We go like this in our business. Right? And so I know that there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be more years where my income goes down and then it'll go back up. But guess what? It doesn't matter because I'm here for the long haul. I'm all in, and I hope that you'll be here 50 years with me. So when I hit elite last year, they asked me, what's your biggest tip for people to be successful, to grow their business? And I said 3 things: heart, hustle, and passion. I'm not good with social media. I'm not good with technology. Clearly, you guys see that tonight. I'm not, honestly, I might sound really energetic and excited, but I'm not really an outgoing person. If you see me in person, I'm actually really quiet. I'm going to be the one sitting in the back of the room, like not really talking to anybody because I'm an observer and it's just not my jam. I skipped all the presentations in college because I was like, I can't talk in front of people. And so I think there's a lot of things that you can work on, that you can have skills in, but if you don't have heart, hustle, and passion with this business, you will not go anywhere. So I want you to focus on personal development, figure out your passion in life, and then make sure you pour your heart into this, make sure you hustle, and with those 3 things, anything can happen. So I think that's it. I'm done, Ashley. I can answer questions or whatever you want to do. I should stop staring at my screen.
Do you know how to get out of a screen share?
Yeah. Hey, don't judge me.
No judging allowed. So before we open up questions, Danielle, I don't follow a lot of coaches. I'm the same way as Danielle. I'm good. I don't care what they're doing. Congratulations to them. Kudos. Danielle is one of the few that I actually followed well before we became Success Club partners. Like, I have been following this girl for a while. I'm like, student loans, like, that is my goal. And you better believe she was the first person I told when I paid off my $40,000 student loan this year. She's about as real as it gets, guys. This is why we work well together, because we feed off of each other's energy. We just do really, really good together. And there was another point I was going to say. Oh, I know what it was. And the main reason I wanted Danielle to talk tonight and share something like this is because I hear from too many of you, well, you're successful and I can never have your success. There is no difference between me and Danielle and any of you. Actually, there is a difference. The only difference is we don't give up. We keep persevering. We keep moving forward. We're showing up daily. We're being proof of the bot product. We're being consistent. We're hitting Success Club, and we literally have not quit. That's the difference between Danielle, me, and other coaches that haven't had this success yet. But sometimes we need to hear it from other people because they think you guys put me on too big of a pedestal at times. We're like, well, I can never hit Success Club 40-something months in a row, or I can't be an 8-star diamond, or I can't be this, that, or that. When in all reality, you can, and you're just holding yourself back. You are holding yourself back. So I'm not going to bring anything else. I just wanted to share that, and that's why I wanted Danielle to talk, because we got to get out of our own ways. We really do. We got to quit saying, well, I can't do this. No one's joining my challenge group. I can't find people. You can. Her and I have done it. We started right where you guys were at, and we made the decision to charge and go and freaking not stop. So, yeah, Rhino. Her mascot's a rhino, which is why I started. Do you guys even know we have a mascot? Does anybody know what our team mascot is? Bonus point. Anybody? Yeah, no one pays attention to me then. A starfish. A starfish is our mascot. And I remember Danielle, I took it from her because she has a rhino. Although a starfish is a lot wimpier than a rhino. But there's a really good story behind it, I promise. Does anybody have any questions for Danielle? Don't come to me after the call and be like, well, I should have asked her. Be like, no, sorry, you had your chance to ask. Thank you. Sarah knew. I think Emily knew too. She raised her hand. Now is the time to ask, guys. Now is the time to have somebody on this call that can give you different advice. Maybe it's the same thing I say on a daily basis, but you need to hear it from somebody else. Now's the time to ask. My team does not ask questions, Danielle. But don't you worry. They'll ask in the team page, or they'll message me, because that's what happens. And be like, sorry, you missed out.
My team doesn't ask questions either.
Oh, I'm going to make them ask questions tomorrow night. So her and I are flopping calls tomorrow night. I will make them ask questions.
I can give another personal development, because you talked about like pushing out of like comfort zones and being like, I can't hit 42 Success Club points. The 10X rule, if you haven't read it, I think that really helped me a lot. Because I said the same thing. And okay, so let's just get even more real. I actually lost my diamond rank in my first business center, which is really hard. And I know some of you are like, oh, I haven't even hit diamond. But to go from diamond for 5 years and to lose it, it's a big shock. So I just want you to know that like we're real, and I'm struggling right now to hit Success Club. It's no different. So yeah, so that's all I got. I'll stop talking.
Danielle, can you see the chat box? Do you know how to access the chat box? I'm just giving her a hard time, guys.
Why are you judging me? Judgment free then. Okay. Two questions. Okay. Best way to get people to trust you and join your challenge groups. To trust you, I think it's just to show up every day on social media. Because I've actually recently had someone say that they need help and they have seen other people, but they know that I'm not going to quit. And I actually say that in my social media posts. When I make posts, I'm not going anywhere. And I tell people that, and they know that. So I would encourage you to do the same. If you're serious, you're going to be here for 50 years. But also at the same time, if you're saying that, you have to do it. I get really sick and tired of having coaches sign on new people, and they have like 10 coaches sign up, and then they quit. I'm like, you quit on your friends. They needed you. And so don't sign up people and then just quit, right? You had to be all in. And so I think just showing up on social media, being yourself. You guys, like I told you, I hate vegetables. I shouldn't say I hate it, but I don't really love working out. Like I really would rather lay on the couch and watch TV. And so I tell people that. And so I think you just have to be authentically yourself, like what you actually enjoy, what you care about. And if you don't love it, say that. If you do love it, say that too, because you're going to relate to those people. I can't tell you how many people have actually been like, oh my gosh, Danielle, like, because you hate carrots and you still can get healthy, like, I guess I could probably do it too because I hate carrots also. So just be authentically yourself. And I know that's really annoying to hear because you're like, I don't know what that is. It takes time, right? So just be here and just keep working on it. And then joining your groups, same thing, right? So if they trust you already, they're going to be more likely. I also assume that they're going to say yes. Same with at the beginning of this call where I said, do you give me your permission? I'm going to assume you're saying yes. I do the same thing when I invite people to my challenge groups. They're going to say yes because I think of my challenge groups and my team as a room next door. There's $1 million. And actually there's like $700 million that's being given away tonight, right? Like Powerball or something. I didn't get a ticket, dang it. But I think of my groups as being the room next door. And I say, there's $1 million in this room. Wouldn't you want me to tell you about this? Wouldn't you want to say, yes, let me just check it out. Let me just open that door a little bit and see what it's like. And so I just assume that everyone's going to want to get into that room next door. Same with my challenge groups. You're going to say yes. Now, not everyone says yes, obviously. I invite a lot of people that say no, but I assume that. And so that's really the main thing, I think, with getting people to join. And also, I have plenty of groups where I'm like, yeah, there's a group starting on Monday. And nobody joins my group. And then I'm like, okay, new group starting next week. Nobody needs to know that, right? Like I just keep hustling and just keep going. Okay, question. I started workouts, but I haven't talked about BB in a long time. What is the best way to start that again? So again, everyone has different opinions. So Ashley might have a different opinion, but for me, I would say, do your workouts, start to finish. I was in the Shift Shop test group, and I can tell you that that's where I saw a big spark in my business. And it had nothing to do with the test group, but it had everything to do with the fact that I started a program from start to finish. I was all in. I didn't stop. I didn't have a treat meal. I didn't have anything. I was 100% all in. And I would use some sort of thing that doesn't necessarily have to be Beachbody, right? You don't have to be like, I'm doing Shift Shop today. I'm doing Shift Shop today. But you can say, I'm on a 21-day no excuse journey, or I'm on a 21-day all-in journey. I'm on a 21-day, whatever it is. And then every single day you can say day 1 of 21, day 2, and say what your struggles are and kind of how you're moving forward. So I wouldn't stress about, talking about it and not talking about it. Just be like, dude, I'm all in. I would also make a post and be like, hey, guys, I haven't talked about my fitness journey in a really long time, but I really need to make sure that I'm staying on track. And so here's what I'm going to do. If you don't hear from me, make sure you call me or something because I need to make sure that this is my accountability. So don't be afraid to ask social media for accountability with that as well.
Can I add something to that, Danielle?
Yes.
And if you're going to do that, and this goes to anybody watching the recording or on live, do not be the person who's like, I'm committing, and a week later, I'm recommitting, and a month later, I'm recommitting. That trust you want, it's gone. It is way out the window. They're like, yeah, I don't have time for somebody that has to recommit once every 4 weeks. So if you're going to do it, you got to do it, and you got to show up daily.
And I would also share, honestly, how you feel. Like, if you do, have a treat meal, and you're like, dude, I'm totally off the plan, don't be afraid to share that and be like, hey, here's what I'm eating. I know it's not what I'm supposed to, but, life happens, and move on. Because, again, that's real life for most people. Okay, so let's see. How do you balance building your business and helping your coaches build theirs? That's a great question. I don't think anybody has the answer to this question. I balance it by 80% of your business should be spent on your business. 80% of your time. 19% on training others and 1% problem solving. I got that from Danny Johnson. I wish I could be like, yeah, I made that up, but I didn't. So 80% of your time is recruiting, actually, is what the words are. Recruiting, meaning you're getting new people. I know people hate the word recruiting. Dude, all it means is that you're just adding more people to your team and to your challenge groups. So 80% of your time is spent recruiting. 19% is training. So that's where you're spending time with your coaches and training. Listen, you guys, I had no training when I started my business. You don't need to hold anybody's hand. Everyone has the same tools and access and all of that, right? You need to be someone's biggest cheerleader. So only 19% training and then 1% problem solving, meaning that when someone says, hey, Danielle, how do you hit Success Club? I say, hey, go check out FAQ. And when people say, hey, what is this? What is that? And I'm like, FAQ, Coach Online Office, policies and procedures. I lead them to where they need to be because I don't have time for that, right? So the problem solving stuff, you can just turn them there. So that's how I try to do it. I am absolutely not perfect at, balancing my time very well. Your people know you love ice cream. Oh my God, girlfriend, I love me some gelato. I know it's not ice cream, but I love gelato.
This is why we do well together. We go out, we eat Chipotle, we drink some soda, and we do good together.
Oh, it's so bad.
But see, and this is why Danielle and I get along, because when you guys come to me with a question, what is my usual response? Go post in the team page. Have you done Rock the Basics? Like, we're the same people. Nobody held my hand through this business. Her coach should not hold her hand through this business. Like, they're like, here's your resources. Have at it. Does anybody have, go ahead, Danielle.
I just want to say, just to tell you how serious I am about that, in my team page on Facebook, there's a pinned post. And at the top, it says, questions, number 1, Google. Number 2, FAQ. Number 3, post in team page. So it's like, listen, Google is your best friend. We all know.
Number 4, then you can come to us only if you've done 1 through 3. Chances are you haven't. Does anybody have any other questions for Danielle? Anybody at all? No. You guys did ask questions, so I'm very proud of you guys tonight. I do appreciate that. Danielle, thank you so much for hopping on tonight. Hopefully I can bring it tomorrow for your team call with your people. And I did not have to miss Big Brother, so that is a win in my books. Woo-woo. Her and I are both obsessed, equally obsessed. She may be more obsessed, actually. Although she did turn me on to the live feeds at night, so I'm losing time in my life. But thank you, Danielle, so much for hopping on. Guys, if you are listening to the replay, maybe you need to go back and rewatch this. Maybe you need to save this as a message or a call. Like, I need to listen to this when I'm in a funk. When Danielle and I talk, she's like, what do you want me to talk about? I'm like, I need you to talk about something for my team that says I want to be an elite team, but I don't want to post on the team page or be on the team calls or grow my business. And that's exactly what she brought tonight. And I'm blunt with you guys. I'm honest with you guys. You guys have accepted it. You know what it's like. This business is entirely up to you. What you do with this business is entirely up to you. It is not up to me. Some of you are orphans in the team, meaning you have no upline. Your upline has signed up and then ditched you. But you have the power to do anything in this business that you want to do, but you have to make that mindset. You have to heart, hustle, and passion in this business because that's the only way you're going to grow. You can let other people leaving stop you. You can let your upline leaving stop you. You can let whatever the 3 people that were supposed to sign up for a challenge pack but haven't, so you're stuck at SC0, stop you. But you're here for a reason, so you got to keep going. We got to keep moving forward. So that is all that I have. I have no other announcements. I think we have a team call. As long as I don't go into labor anytime soon, we have a team call for next week. So make sure you're in the team page. I'm about to post a call to action for tonight's team call in there, so keep an eye on that. There are 10 of you on this call from our team. I expect 10 people to respond on there. Sorry, there's a gnat in front of me. With that being said, guys, I need you guys to push. You have 1 week left of the month. A lot can happen in 1 week. You can hit Success Club. You can rake advance. I don't even care if you get 2 Success Club points. If last month you got 0, I want you to strive for 2. You can do this, but we got to push together and we got to make it happen. All right, guys. You guys have a great night. Danielle, I will see you tomorrow night.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.